Mantle Resources is hunting for gold in the Molina Basin, one of Australia's largest new discoveries. Led by an experienced team, Mantle has strategic gold, nickel and lithium projects here and in the United States. One of the leaders is Nick Pohl, the Executive Chair. He joins me now. Welcome, Nick.
Thanks, Sonia. Great to be here.
Now, before we start talking about your work in northern Western Australia, we've got to address the name change.
We think Mantle reflects who we are as a company. We're looking for minerals that come from the Earth's mantle, and we're also looking for mantle-tapping structures to guide our exploration.
And of course, you have changed direction. You've got a key focus on gold.
Correct. We're actually refocusing on gold because the company was exploring for gold before, and last year we also explored for nickel. So we're really excited about refocusing on the gold because we're right next door to one of Australia's best discoveries. De Grey Mining has discovered the Hemi deposit and its satellite deposits, and there's about 10.6 million ounces of gold there. Now we know their mineralisation is on our ground because we've intersected it. So we think it's a no-brainer to refocus back on our project.
And gold is having a good run at the moment, isn't it, as far as global pricing goes?
Absolutely, it's looking good. It's looking as good as it ever has. And we think that we've got a shot at finding the big ticket.
Now, in my introduction, I touched on your team. Can you tell us more about who's leading Mantle?
Yes, well, to begin with, our challenge is to see through 5 metres of concealing sediments here. So we've brought together the best and brightest from the industry to help us figure this out. And they are geophysicists, geologists and geochemists from my days at Western Mining in Mirabella.
So what work has been done on site already?
Early last year, some air core drilling was done, and it's really interesting because it did intersect some really interesting stuff. Low grades, maybe 0.4 grams per tonne, but we're also seeing arsenic and gold and sulfide and all the things that we would expect to see with a potential deposit in the Hemi style. So we were actually really excited about the work was done in the past, and now it's time to focus on the bigger picture. We've got hundreds of square kilometres of permit area to work on, and we need to figure out where to drill. So the geochemistry, the soil sampling, will help us to do that.
And that's happening right now.
We're making a start with an orientation survey. So we're taking samples from the soil and we're going to see which is the best way to analyse them in order to be able to define anomalies that we can use as targets for drilling.
So the change of focus to gold came about after you finished drilling at the Pardue nickel project. Is that still a focus?
Well, we did our drilling at Pardue last year, and it's a nickel sulfide project, so it is worth pursuing. But we've decided to continue completing our resource estimate, and we hope to announce that in a few months' time. So, we're hoping that it's an indicated resource. And at the same time, we are refocusing the majority of our expenditure and our field time on the gold project because we think it is such a no-brainer. They've discovered 10.6 million ounces of gold next door. We've got similar sorts of rocks. We know their mineralisation occurs on our side of the fence. So we're going to give it a really good crack and explore this systematically and thoroughly.
Well, great to hear about Caeneus's name change to Mantle, and I wish you all the best with that. Nick Pohl, the Executive Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia.